What's going on, guys? My name is Zold Secret. Today I bring you guys my Black Ops 3 Search Destroy Creative Class Guide and the top right into it. Alright guys, I have 3 classes to show you guys today. My main classes that I run, my rifle class, my SMG class, and my sniper class. Let's hop right into the SMG class. The SMG that I run the most time is the Razorback. It is my favorite SMG in the game. Other ones that are really good are the Kuda and the VMP. Those are the other 2 good ones. The Vesper used to be really good, but now it has basically no range whatsoever, so it's not as good. So I would not suggest running it as much as I would running the Kuda VMP or Razorback. The attachments I run on the Razorback are rapid fire and extended mags. Reason why I don't want grip, since I'm running rapid fire, you'd think I need grip, but you really don't. I don't notice really any recoil whatsoever. You just notice a little muzzle flash, but other than that, you don't get any recoil. Then I run extended mags for that bigger clip size. Since I have rapid fire, I'll be shooting a lot more bullets a lot faster. Now, for lethals, I run a frag. I don't run combat axe. I do occasionally just for fun. Same with C4, but frag is the best one in my opinion. Semtexes are good. They just don't have the range or the blast radius that the frags do. The reason why I don't run those thermites is because they're really easy to get away from. Trip mines are just kind of douchey. They're fun to use, but they're all kind of douchey. Same with C4. They're really easy to counter. As long as you have hardwired, you're good. And then stuns. I run stuns over flashbangs. A lot of people tend to run flashbangs in this game. I've tried flashbangs, they're okay. I just prefer stuns because people can't move once they're stunned. And flashbangs, they can still move around, which they just can't see. So I do in general prefer concussions than I do flashbangs. Now for the perks, my first perk I run Afterburner. I used to run Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense, in my personal opinion, is kind of douchey and you don't really need it. You pretty much know the corners by now in this game that people like to sit in. Reason why I don't run Ghost, it is decent. Ghost is decent, but I just prefer Afterburner because your boost is more important than running Ghost. I would suggest having a Ghost class on standby if you join a game late in 03 and they have UAVs and streaks up. Ghost would be helpful in that situation, but other than that, I would say Afterburner is the best one to run. Now for perk 2, I run Hardwired. Reason why I run Hardwired is because it counters so many things. If you read the list here, you mean a counter UAV, power core, EMP, smokescreen, won't trigger trip mine, shock charges, or C4, reduce digital imprint against tracker and Sixth Sense perk. It does counters a lot of things. Just read the list and you see. Don't run Scavenger and Search. It's not helpful whatsoever unless you have a gun that has absolutely 0 ammo. Cold-blooded, some people like to run cold-blooded. I just don't find people getting AI streaks against me as much. And same with thermals. Thermals are in Search and Destroy a bunch, but for the most part, usually if I'm going to challenge a thermal, I have a thermal myself, and I usually have a better shot with a sniper with thermal than they do. Now Tracker, see digital input of footsteps. I don't run Tracker because it's douchey. That's all I run. I mean, you can run it if you want. It's a great perk. I just prefer Hardwired over Tracker. Hardwired, I feel like, isn't as douchey, and it has more of a meaning to using it. Anti-up, I don't run anti-up because this is not respawn. I don't really care about hardline. This is basically hardline. I could care less about getting short streaks really fast. I'd run it if I was going for like a Mother Serpent Surge, but other than that, I don't see a point in it. And then Fast Hands, I would say the second best perk to running Hardwired would be Fast Hands. I wish I could run Hardwired and Fast Hands. I have tried it, but awareness is, you need awareness. You need so much to where I don't run Fast Hands. It is really nice for certain classes. I will run it like a knife class, something like that, because it's really nice to be able to swap weapons really fast. But other than that, I would just say Hardwired is the best one. Now, once again, reason why I don't run Fast Hands is because I have to have this perk right here, Awareness, which I run so I can hear people at wider ranges. That's what most people run it for. I run it so I don't get sound horned. The Dead Silence Awareness combo is super important. No matter what SSD, run Dead Silence. You don't have to run Awareness. It's a choice. I choose to run Awareness because I hate getting sound horned. It really pisses me off and I get killed because someone sound horns me because they have Awareness and I don't. So that's why I run Awareness. Just to keep my sanity, honestly. Alright guys, the next class is my rifle class. My preferred rifle is the XR2. The M8 and Shiva are the 2 next best. The Shiva is really good, it just doesn't have the close range ability because it shoots so slow. And the M8 is really good. It's honestly, the M8 is better than the XR2, but I run the XR2 instead because I try not to run the M8 much because it's kind of douchey, and because I prefer the feel of the XR2. I always had in the beta, I like the XR2 more than the M8. I've never been a huge M8 fan, so that's why I run the XR2 instead. The attachments I run on the ELO site, I run ELO instead of Red Dot just because I prefer the way the site is. It's honestly pure preference. They're both pretty much the same site. There's a little difference, so it's all preference. Doesn't matter which one you run. Stock obviously was really good in Black Ops 2. It's not as good in Black Ops 2 as it is in this game, but it is still a must-have, I feel, for rifles. Rapid Fire. I run Rapid Fire for shooting bursts quicker for close range engagements. And this gun shoots a lot slower than the M8 does, so when I get challenged by an SMG or an M8 at close range, having Rapid Fire on this gun is extremely helpful. Now High Caliber, the fourth attachment. I did not run this attachment in the beta. I ran these three in the beta except Red Dot because Elocite wasn't in the beta, but I ran these two attachments. I've recently started using High Caliber because it is probably the best attachment in this game, considering you can, with flinch in this game and no toughness, you get so many really easy headshots that are super bullshit, but it makes it really helpful. So I would say these four attachments are the best ones for this gun. I've seen a lot of people run it, a lot of pro players run it as well. That's why I put on the High Caliber, because I saw them running these attachments and not just the Rapid Fire, so that's why I tried a High Caliber. Now, I do not have a perk 1 or lethal or tactical on this gun because this is usually my hangback class. I use my lethal and tactical for rushing, and I use afterburner for rushing, so there's no point having them if I'm not going to rush. Perk 2, I already explained why I run perk 2, and these perks are the same reason for this class as it is for all the classes, because I have them on all the classes. It's the same reason for each class. Not getting sound horned by people, staying silent, and then sound horning them back, and then not making all this shit and tracker and all that shit go off. So yeah. Now my final class that I have for you guys is in my three most used classes. My sniper class. I use an overkill class with my Razorback and the SVG. And I prefer the SVG for the Locust because I think they need to change the name to the Locust to Hit Markers RS, because that's all you get is hit markers. I think statistically speaking, people have gotten more hit markers from the Locust than they have kills, honestly. And then I run thermal on the SVG when I'm not. If I had an extra point, I would run thermal and rapid fire on this gun because it's like the DSR and needs to shoot faster because it shoots pretty slow. But thermal's fine for an overkill class because I can switch classes. I run the perks for the same reason, and then the thermal reason why I run thermal over everything else. Elo, I mean, that's fun to mess around with. Recon sight is pretty gay. The Varix sight isn't very good. It's decent. It's not bad, but the thermal is just really good in this game. I do not like the default scope. Like on the Locust, I prefer the default scope, but on this sniper, I just cannot use the default scope on it. I don't know what it is. I can't use it, so that's why I run thermal instead. But yeah, guys, that is it. Same perks for the same reasons, everything. Hopefully these classes help you in some way. If they don't, well, I'm sorry. What works for me may not work for you. But yeah, anyways, guys, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one. It's been Seeker.